Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the new moon in Scorpio. So this reading is for the period of October 27th until November 26th when we have the new moon in Sagittarius. Now, this new moon in Scorpio is going to bring us some funky energy, especially for people who don't have water in their charts. It might be a little bit more uncomfortable, but it's going to be a real period of transformation. You're going to be asked or forced to delve deep into your emotions. People are just going to be desiring more meaningful emotional exchanges. Nothing really superficial is going to cut it, and shadow relationships just won't be satisfying. There is a small caveat, though, that this will be coming opposite Uranus, and that can make this energy a little bit unpredictable or erratic. So there is just a little bit of a warning. We should approach this season with caution, patience, and flexibility. But I don't really like to buy into all the doom and gloom, because anything and everything we can turn into a learning experience. And if we just have the foresight and we really rely on ourselves and our intuition, we can manifest anything we want whenever we want. So I'm going to do a 5-card spread, which is meant to identify your intentions for the upcoming cycle and show you kind of where you are right now in your life, what might be blocking you, what intentions you need to set in order to grow, what knowledge you need to get in order to manifest your intentions, and what positive energy will emerge during this phase. So this reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If it does not resonate with you, I do recommend that you check your other signs, which will be linked to the end of this video. And I also have Mercury in retrograde videos attached to the end of this video as well, since we will be entering Mercury in retrograde on October 31st. And that's going to be, create kind of kinky, funky energy for a lot of us. But again, nothing to be too worried about here. Just a lot of change, okay, and emotional depth to, to the general feeling of the next couple of weeks. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into your Capricorn reading. While I'm shuffling the cards and while I'm doing your reading, I'm just going to ask that you guys go ahead and you give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and comment and share at the end of the video if that's something you like to do. And before I get started, I just want to tell you guys, I want to give a huge, warm virtual hug and a thank you to all my new and returning subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. Your love and support means the world to me. Your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, everything. So I want to thank you for being on this journey with me, all right? I love you guys, each and every one of you. And I'm so grateful to have you in my life. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Capricorn reading. Spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn for the new moon in Scorpio? Okay, what messages do you have for the Capricorn new moon in Scorpio? Okay, Capricorn, your overall energy, wow, you're showing up already, is the Queen of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and this is the minor arcana version of the Empress. She's a mother. She's very nurturing. She's loving. She is very comfortable at home. Everyone around her feels good. She may be a healer. She's somebody who really listens to you, takes care of you. Pentacles speak to health, wealth, and abundance, and she's definitely abundant. She's holding this coin, and right in front of her sort of solar plexus and her sacral or sacral chakras. So she's very creative energy. The Empress in the major arcana is a representation of, somebody is usually depicted as somebody pregnant. So they're creative. Either they're creating life, a new life for themselves. It could be creating a business. It could just be someone full of creative ideas and somebody who's creating more abundance in health, wealth, and happiness in their lives. So this is a very nurturing, loving, beautiful energy. All right, and underneath that, we do have the 10 of Pentacles. So some of you may be working on attracting that, or law of attraction, or a new job, or something that's going to, come into fruition. Now, the first card is, where are you right now in your life? And Capricorn, I feel like there's something here going on with your thoughts. You're getting stuck in negative self-talk, or there's something that you're losing sleep over. Now, I was really talking about the Empress energy and this Queen of Pentacles energy, and I'm getting the idea of like pregnancy. Again, it doesn't have to be real pregnancy, but it's more of a figurative pregnancy here. And the Nine of Swords is often the card of miscarriage. It used to be the card of a miscarriage. So waking up in the middle of the night in a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, feeling really desperate that you're losing something. Doesn't mean that you have or you will lose something, okay? And I definitely don't want you guys to run out and think, I'm gonna, if anybody's pregnant, that you're gonna lose the baby. What I'm saying here, though, is if we take that as a metaphor, the Queen of Pentacles, she's really holding this giant coin right in her sort of womb area. Something you've been nurturing, something you've been growing is really, I'm getting, you're thinking of the worst case scenarios, which is okay when we're in the planning process. But if it becomes a part of us, if we start thinking too much like in the negative and thinking worst case scenarios, and if this happens and this happens, then all of a sudden we're out of the present and we're worried about the future. If it's more depression, then you're worried about the past. And I really need you to bring yourselves back into the present situation and not get caught up in negative thoughts and start vibrating at a higher level, okay? Because this card is somebody who's vibrating at a low level. They're feeling distraught. Their thoughts are destructive to their overall goal, okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean that there is destruction, but if you continue to vibrate at this negative, in this negative way, then that's what you're going to attract. And I get that you're really, you have a burgeoning business, you have a burgeoning idea, you're trying to create success and abundance, you're trying to work on your health and your wealth and your happiness. Okay, and this pattern, this negative self-talk and this negative thinking is really not helping. All right, so we need to really move out of that. Now, what's blocking you from growing, or what you need to leave behind? This is interesting. This is the Six of Swords. So we have two swords coming out. So that's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. And that you could have that heavy in your chart, or be dealing with this energy in your surroundings, or in your home, or in your workplace. Okay, however this resonates with you. You need to leave something behind, something that is holding you back, so that you can move on to a better, bigger, brighter future, or more peaceful future. Now, this person has taken all of these swords with them. The swords are not weighing down the boat. Those are your thoughts and your experiences. But with the nine of swords coming out in the position of where you are, it's that it could be just that you have to leave this type of thinking behind. You may have to leave a house, a home, a structure, a business, a job, a person behind as well, okay? Especially if you know you're dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and it's really toxic for you. If it's really doing your head in, if it's bringing about nightmarish thoughts, if you feel like you're trapped in a nightmare, it's really time for you to leave that behind and move forward. Okay, so that's your blockage. It could also be a block in communication. Remember, we will be entering Mercury retrograde, so communication, there could be miscommunications, there will be mishaps, things will get lost in the mail. There will be there can be a lot of misunderstandings as well. Okay, so you guys will know how that resonates with you. The intentions you need to set in order to grow. The Hermit, this is all about relying on yourself. Again, it looks like you really need to take some sort of journey, and now it could be a journey of the self. Here, you do have some sort of help, which could be, again, it could be the universe. It could be your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, your spirit guides. It could be actually somebody in your life. But here, the intentions you need to set are that you can do it on your own. And this is a journey of the self, a journey of the soul. Some of you might be going through or feeling like you're going through a dark night of the soul. Now remember, for Scorpio, as I mentioned before, this is a season where you're really going to have to dig deep into your emotions, and that might not be comfortable for a lot of you if you're not accustomed to doing it, or if you don't have a lot of water in your chart, if it's not your normal modus operandi, you know, or MO, you know, that. But now would be the time. You have this guiding light. It comes from within. You have all of the answers within, so please don't forget that. Okay, and this is Virgo energy, so that's earth energy coming here. Okay, but your intentions should be to get to the bottom of it. You might need to be spending some time alone, okay, in order to take this journey. Not to say that you won't have help. You're definitely always divinely guided, and there may be somebody in your surroundings who's going to help you, but the work is going to fall on your shoulders, and that might entail doing meditation. It might entail taking some time by yourself, okay, and sort of cutting through the noise and having some peace and quiet just to figure out what's going on, and also just to feel your feelings. Okay, my dear Capricorns. The information you need to aid in the cultivation of your intentions. This is beginner mind. This is going back to the beginning. The Fool is starting a brand new cycle. All right. And I love this because we have here the Queen of Pentacles, and she's really nurturing something. She's creating something. And this coin for me is a lot like an egg that's growing within her womb. Okay. And in order to do that, in order to cultivate your intentions, you know, you're going to maybe have to take some risks. You're also going to have to come out of this negative vibration and this negative self-talk, come out of, you know, vibrating at a really low level and be optimistic. Try to vibrate at a higher level, be a little bit more optimistic, you know, really get in touch with your free spirit, okay? And there will be some risks that you have to take. These could be emotional risks, okay? They could be actual risks in moving and traveling, because I do have some definite movement cards here. The Hermit, okay, the Six of Swords, and the Fool, they're all in a state of movement. So you're going to want to be moving forward. Now, remember, Mercury retrograde, we do have to just sort of take a step back where there may be some bumps in the road. We may have to revisit the past, or we may be revisited by people, exes from the past, or situations in the past. But you have to apply a beginner mind to that, because, you know, universe is saying there's infinite possibility. And remember, all of the answers lie within you. Now, what positive energy will emerge during this phase? Well, this is excellent because this Queen of Pentacles, she's nurturing, she's trying to bring about health, wealth, and happiness. And Capricorn, it looks like here you're creating a very, very stable foundation. This person, he has everything he could ever want. He has a big house. He has these luxurious drapes. He has a nice sort of, I don't know if we call that a smoking jacket or a waistcoat. You know, he has good food. He has, you know, he has luxury. He has stability. These 4 coins represent stability. So the positive energy that's coming from this is creating a strong foundation, okay? But you're going to have to try to raise your vibration during this Scorpio new moon period, okay, my dear Capricorns? I love you guys, but you're definitely bringing about the stability, wealth, health, happiness, abundance that you are working on. So I'm going to go ahead and pull 4 oracle cards for you and see what other messages we have from Spirit. Okay, patience, adjacent possibilities, All right, and the thinking woman. Very good. So here I'm just going to say right away, the messages that I'm getting from Spirit with these, in regards to these oracle cards, is this thinking woman, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is not the most intellectual of queens in the deck. She's somebody who's just she's much more tactile. She's much more maternal and nurturing, and she kind of knows how to build with her hands and do work, and she's not afraid to get into the garden and dig and to harvest and that sort of thing. But I do get, though, here that these energies, especially with this green color coming out, This is somebody who's really planning. There's been a lot of planning, a lot of education, whether that's through a course or whether through school or whether just through learning experience and life experience. A lot of planning, a lot of thinking has gone into this, into creating what you want. And it falls on top of that Four of Pentacles card, which is creating a stable house, creating a foundation with which to build. Now, in this card, he is alone, but I'm getting the image or the idea that he's not alone for very long before he can sort of add to his family, grow his family, or his tribe or what have you. He first needs to create that stability, okay? So especially for some of you who might be thinking about having children, I get that you're trying to create that sort of perfect, stable environment before you move on to that next step here, okay? So a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of education going into this, into whatever it is you're trying to create. The 1 and 6, this patience card, I love this because this is something that takes a long time. My earth energies, you guys often do have patience. I want to look at the synchronicity that we're seeing within these two images. Although she has a clock and she has a coin. Again, the normal gestation period of a human is 9 months. That's to get you acclimated, okay, to the situation, to the changes and that sort of thing, okay? So again, it speaks to a process that might be a little bit longer than what you might want. You might want to make things happen. And again, remember, because we have Scorpio season mixed in with Mercury retrograde and a bunch of other kinky, funky planets and energies going on, you're going to have a lot of patience during this period, but also what you're going for and what you're trying to create. Maybe for some of you, you're trying to create an empire. Okay, or you're trying to create a new business, an entrepreneurial type business, or you're trying to turn a side hustle into a business, or you're starting your own medical practice or your own practice in healing, acupuncture, or something like that. Okay, and you know that that's going to take a lot of time. Spirit also wants me to tell you with this feather imagery and with this angel that you are not alone. Again, you are divinely guided. You have your angels, your spirits, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed. Everybody working behind the scenes to sort of help you, nurture you, push you along in the correct direction, and to help you make these decisions, because it looks like you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed in which direction to go. But the message here from Spirit is you can choose any one of these doors to walk through, and all of them will lead you to success, okay? So it doesn't matter, these adjacent possibilities, there are a lot of, all roads lead to Rome, okay? So a lot of times we might feel like we're not taking the most direct route to get what we want, but sometimes there's a reason for that, okay? So there's a lot of patience here involved. Now, the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, is another confirmation that you definitely have your angels, your loved ones who have passed, your spirit guides, your ancestors and spirit all sort of helping you and protecting you along this journey, okay? Even when things might feel a little bit funky, and even when you feel like maybe all hope is lost, or I think some of you might be feeling like whatever you've been putting and channeling your energy into isn't coming to fruition, and you're kind of like having this freak out. Okay, and now again, when I talk about time, it could be now, it could have started in the past, or it could be something that happens in this Scorpio new moon period, okay, until the new moon in Sagittarius. The third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, speaks all about making sure you set your boundaries, use your will, okay? That's something you guys, my Capricorns, are usually very good at. Setting your boundaries, and using your strength and your will to create the life that you need, to put yourself in a routine and to take the steps that you need in order to move on to something bigger and better and more peaceful for you. So this is a really nice reading for you guys, Capricorns. I think you guys will feel quite, a little bit more relaxed. So I'm going to read this. This card came out without letting me really shuffle again the deck for you. And this is She Who Avenges, Nemesis, Revenge, Outcomes, and Justice. Okay, so here again, I just want to show you the synchronicity of this woman reading a book. Here we have another woman reading a book. Now, you might be motivated here by a revenge. You may have seen some sort of breakup. Remember, Pentacles can also, I just keep getting the revenge body coming here. So some of you, this isn't going to be a business. Some of you, it's not a family. For some of you, it's health and fitness. And for some of you, it's like you've been working on, changing your physical appearance. and for the better, becoming more fit or trimmer. And, you know, there are ups and downs along that journey here. And I'm getting that, you know, this is this revenge. I'm thinking revenge body. All right. That's the funny sort of message I'm getting here from spirit, you know, revenge body. So you're really working on it. Maybe maybe your motivations are that somebody was really rude to you, or maybe you had a previous relationship or somebody in your life who made you feel really bad. And that's sort of your motivation for doing all of this, or whatever project you're working on, or whatever sort of self-care or project, or you know, whatever endeavor you've embarked on. All right, the outcomes here, though, I do get that, you know, again, Spirit is saying be patient. There's so many possibilities. You may not take the most direct route, although Capricorn would like to, especially during Mercury retrograde and with all this emotional sort of hubbubaloo going on, you know, for my Capricorns. But you will get your desired outcome, and it will be fair and balanced, okay? So you will be getting what you want, all right? And I feel like it's very sort of logical, and it's very palatable for you, Capricorn. So I love this reading for you guys. I love you guys so much. I want to thank you for listening and being on this journey with me. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, comment and share if you like to do that. And just remember, guys, how much I love you. And I'm so thankful to be sharing this experience with you. And I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful Scorpio season.